Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of this extremely pedantic playthrough of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. I am once again joined by our amateur historian friend, Mr. Bleach Demon.
Hi.
Yes. He is very excited to catch these evil criminals.
I mean, considering that we caught some audience members and whatnot the last time.
Yeah, considering we caught some friends of the channel in the last episode. Well, let's see what we can find this time. So, Chief, what's been stolen now?
There's been a brazen burglary in Bolivia. The fish from half of Lake Titicaca are gone.
What about the other half?
The ones in Peru are present, but the Bolivian fish have been filched. I've got a guess who got them. Carmen's crew, that's who. Get on it, Gumshoe.
Nicely done. Well, there you go. The other half is fine because it was in Peru, not Bolivia. Oh dear. Right. Oi.
Hey there.
Where's the suspect?
She said she was craving a good bouillabaisse at the port of Marseille.
Oh, Marseille. Well,
Oh, baguette.
what do you reckon the chances are we're going to get dumped in front of the Eiffel Tower?
Pretty high, or the Arc de little Napoleon with his hand in his jacket.
Yes, that's also a good possibility. Which one they thought was more iconic in the 90s? I guess we'll find out. Tell us about the suspect.
All that hair gel made her locks look like ink.
Okay, it's a her with black hair.
Yep.
Hair color black. Excellent. Then let's have a look at our little database. We are going to Hon Hon. If I can ever find the Hon Hons. Yep, here we go. There's the flag. Oh, we get photos, and we don't get videos, we get photos.
Ooh, Multi Michelle. That's awesome.
That is cool. If only it had some pixels to go with
it. No, sir, this is France. We don't get pixels here. That's not metric enough.
Oh, yes. And what else do we have? Bastille Day.
Oh, good. Angry French women screwing things up.
To be fair, angry French women... French history is much like Greek mythology. There's usually an angry woman involved.
Very true. And even English-based literature about the French always seems to have an angry woman somewhere involved in there, like Madame Dufarge and all that.
And if it's not an angry woman, it's an angry bishop or cardinal. It's usually the cardinals. They get really upset. But back when Disney actually made good music, that's one of my favorite Disney songs is Hellfire, because it's just so woefully inappropriate for a kids movie.
Huh. I can honestly say I don't know if I've seen that one or heard that one.
Well, what's his name? The angry priesty dude is singing about how the sexy gypsy is going to drive him to sin.
Oh yes, about Quasi Komodo dragon. Yeah.
Well, no, he's more. What's the name? Esmeralda. I think I saw it as a kid, though. It's probably slightly the wrong time period for you.
Yeah, just a bit.
But yeah, literally, I think one of the lines is that she's turning him to sin. Because he's a naughty priest and can't keep his hands to himself. And there's no patterns there whatsoever.
No. Typical French.
Typical priest.
Here's your...
Okay, so here in the index, I can see the Eiffel Tower and Marseille. So, yes, I have a feeling that we're going to get dumped in front of that Eiffel Tower, but we're definitely going to France. Here it is.
Yep.
It's almost certainly Paris.
Paris est au cœur de la France.
Yes. It's shocking. But apparently we've also got horse-based statues as well to go with our Eiffel Tower. What else do we have here? Is it just some Paris-based shenanigans? Oh, wow, that just looks like a modern building. Ugh.
Yeah, it looks like ass.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's that thing.
Can I be of assistance?
Yep, get some pixels for us, please.
Yes. Oh, interesting fact. Apparently, because of the way French copyright works, you cannot even reproduce architecture without permission. So, the Eiffel Tower itself is from, what was it, the World Fair in like 1889 or something.
Yep.
It was in the World Wiz thing, and I don't think I'd need to use it. But, so you can take a photo of the Eiffel Tower and publish it online because the tower's out of copyright. But apparently, the lights display at night is still in copyright, so you cannot take and reproduce a photo of the Eiffel Tower at night because France is stupid.
Oui. C'est terrible.
Where's the suspect?
She's skiing on Mount Kosciuszko in the Alps south of Sydney.
Alps south of Sydney, excuse you?
What? That sounds like some just made up weirdness.
Yeah. Mount Kosciuszko as well, huh?
Yeah, I've never heard of Kosciuszko.
Well, Mount Kosciuszko is one of Australia's little mountain friends.
Oh.
I believe, anyway. But the whole Alps south of Sydney has me horrendously confused. Because, shockingly, the Alps aren't in fucking Sydney.
No. Make it make sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, Mount Kosciuszko is definitely in Australia, but it's also not spelt like that. Mount Kosciuszko has a Z after the S.
Huh.
Hopefully I can find a map to explain where it is, but yes, it's in New South Wales, the same state as Sydney, but the Alps. I've never heard it called the Alps.
Oh, okay. So I have found where apparently this is coming from. At least on Wikipedia, it's a micro region of the main range.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Snowy Mountains, part of the Australian Alps, which is part of the Great Dividing Range. The Great Dividing Range, by the way, is the longest mountain range in the world. Because it goes from the tip of Australia, the top of Australia, to the bottom of Australia. So imagine if the Rockies went from Toronto to what would be a good one? Austin.
Yeah, that'd be about right distance. Yeah, that's pretty long.
Yeah, though it'd be a straight line south rather than kinking off.
Yeah. Oh.
But yes, apparently there are Australian Alps part of the Great Dividing Range. So that would be why I've never heard of it as the Alps, though. Firstly, because I'm from Queensland, and New South Wales can suck a dick. And secondly, yeah, it's just either the Snowy Mountains or the Great Dividing Range. No, not the Australian Alps, colloquially, at least up here.
Yeah, the snowy part sounds kind of more reasonable since they're snow covered, but we have a range called the Snowies here in Montana and Wyoming.
Yeah, shockingly, most things worth being called mountains do tend to be snowy.
Funny that.
Yes, strange thought. Well, we know we're going to Australia anyway. We've just... So let's hear about the suspect.
The capture was unexceptional.
Yeah, okay, so she's average height. And do we have anyone else here we can get another bit of description from?
What's up?
I want to see what other silly clue they're going to give about Australia.
She's meandering down the Murray River, the longest river on the world's smallest continent.
Yeah, that's fine. That's actually a reasonable clue. Clue, not crew. I've heard of the Murray River, shockingly.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's not something that sounds almost made up or hyper-regional.
I forgot to ask them about the suspect.
Her hair matched the she was eating.
Oh, she has. Yeah, we know she's got black hair. All right, let's take a flight back to Australia, which I think we were just on for the last mission, or the one before that.
Yeah.
Is now departing.
It was recently.
Enjoy the flight.
Enjoy the gigantic, horrific spiders that are now more kind and benevolent than your prime minister.
Have been for a long time. The best thing an Australian Prime Minister ever did was drown.
Still not as good as the Dutch Prime Minister.
It's probably more hygienic if they just float down the river and fuck off, but... And then some arsehole named a swimming centre after him, which is totally such an Australian thing to do. And conveniently, we are actually in Sydney, so that helps.
Welcome.
Where's the suspect?
She wanted to show her independence.
Oh, we had that clue. We had that clue for Mexico last time.
Yeah. Description?
Yeah, I'm just going to see if there's paper on the floor. Nope. Oh, here we go, a book.
Oh.
A survivor's guide for the optically challenged. There we go. They have glasses.
Glasses.
Yeah, now all we need is weight. And we will apparently find that out in Cinco de Who Gives a Fuck.
Yeah. The 52nd state of the United States. Actually, now territory.
Buenas noches. El vuelo 707 está llegando a México.
The fact that it actually has... I still think it's impressive, though, that the game actually gives you different voice lines for different times of day.
Yeah.
You're hard-pressed to get that in modern games.
Or it's so sped up or nonsensical.
Where's the suspect now?
He planned to take the Autobahn to Bonn for bratwurst.
Oh, Germany.
Okay, Germany. Yeah.
I forgot to ask her if she was fat.
What seems to be the problem? She thought she had it made in her shade.
Yes, we know she's got glasses.
Welcome.
Let's start the suspect.
She had jet
Yes,
hair.
we know her hair's black. We want to know her weight.
Is she fat? Is she skinny?
Do
Is
you
she
need
average?
something? If she were a fine wine, you'd say she was robust.
Okay,
and
she's fat.
rather
Yeah,
cold.
she's fat. Excellent. That's what we need to know. Yep, here's Germany. Yeah. Russia, Singapore, Tanzania, and Zaire. Yes, these could all possibly have bratwurst.
Well, I mean, Tanzania theoretically could, since it was an old German
true.
colony. But...
Yeah, okay, let's go to Germany. Anyway, we've been to Germany before, haven't we?
Startet nun Richtung Deutschland.
Way back when we started.
Well, I think we've been to Austria more often than actual Germany. Yeah.
True.
Welcome back to Heidelberg. Which is really not the place you'd expect to go in Germany, is it?
Not really, no.
Apparently, clearly they like this bridge, though.
I mean, it's a cool bridge.
It is a pretty cool bridge.
Yeah.
Why, hello. Authorities are seeing red since she was seen at the Blue Mosque in Tabriz.
Blue Mosque in Tabriz. Where the hell's Tabriz? Sadly, saying mosque doesn't narrow it down in geographically in the slightest.
No. Please. Turkey or Algeria are coming to mind, but I don't know.
That would make sense. Let's have a look and see if we can find anything in here for either of those. Turkey. Gobble gobble. Not showing up there.
Okay.
Does Tabriz show up in... Oh, Iran.
Oh.
And it actually appears on the map and in the text. We haven't been to Iran, have we?
No.
This is cool.
Oh, okay. Finally, something new.
Iran is, for that part of the world, Iran's relatively interesting from an anthropological standpoint. Like, there's a decent, from a history standpoint, there's a decent bit of shenanigans that got up to there in the past that were relevant. But Iran, so this was apparently their flag in the 90s. It may still be their flag, I do not know.
I believe it is.
Yep, ruins in Persepolis. Yes, this is the kind of stuff. And this is in Mahan, Iran, yeah. It is very blue, but I prefer the look of these kinds of structures. Let's go and see where we end up in Iran.
Yep. You know, they say Iran so far away.
Yeah, there's a whole song about that. Oh, the cat. Oh, excellent. Yep, Persepolis. That's where we've ended up. With a two-headed horse statue, and holy crap, could you get more stereotypical with that music? Oh, God. Let's look at the ruins. Not too much in the ruins, but that they're well decorated. Yep. Yeah. See, spear and shield, very popular. But I do have immense questions about the two-headed horse thing.
Good day to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got, the cat showed up. They're here somewhere. What are we looking for? We're looking for an average height, a fat woman with black hair and glasses.
That could have been a woman in modern day. Not a woman.
I think it's that thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Jerry Riggs.
You nailed me. But if you want to get Carmen, you'll
please
need a
don't.
much
Don't
bigger
nail it.
hammer.
No, I don't think I will nail you.
Nice work. And you've gotten Acme some great press. You buried Jerry Riggs in the big house. But you've got other fish to fry.
What was that?
And there's a new case pending. Do you want to take it?
Yes, but what I would also like is a bit rate for anything.
No. You can either take the case or the bit rate. You can't do both.
But I wanted bit rate.
No. Bad bit.
I have to think this was state of the art in the 90s.
Yeah.
All that space on the CD where they were just looking for things to shove on there to fill it. Those were the days. Those were the days indeed. Yes, let us have another case, please, boss lady.
They're rowdy in Saudi Arabia, Gumshoe.
Yeah, don't fucking say.
Someone sold the middle of the Trans-Arabian pipeline. Millions of gallons of crude are stuck in one place till you get that hunk of pipe back. So head out and try to keep the sand from scratching up your spyglass.
I admire your persistence, but I'm a thief in her prime. There's no way you can stop my next crime.
Ah, the rhyming.
I wish we could start the rhyme.
I don't think we've been to Saudi Arabia yet.
No.
تحترس من العواصف الرملية في السعودية.
Okay, so this seems to be a semi-modern city with some old stuff in it. We are in Jeddah. Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell is this building? And you got to be able to find it. Oh, oh, that's modern. Ew. Silly modern stuff. Oh, I'm not sure what the hell that is. Oh, Heather, that's going to be interesting.
Huh.
Oh, we've got a piece of paper. Amount of grey in your hair. Cool, so they've got grey hair.
User Lee, yes.
What seems to be the problem?
We want to know where the suspect went.
He said he was eager to visit the town where the Communist Party chief closed the party down.
Closed the party down. So, what city were they in when they closed down the party? I wasn't terribly politically active in the 90s.
I'm not sure, because this could be any number of places.
It could. The 90s were wild.
Yeah. So we've got a gray-haired man. That's all I've got.
Oh, yes. I forgot the he. Excuse me, lady thing. While you're at it, tell us about the suspect.
He had a nickel color.
Oh, yeah, that's really helpful. That's exactly. We knew that already. You.
Do you need something?
Where's the suspect?
He said he'd been hired to paint giant murals of the factories and steel mills near the slopes of the Urals.
Russia.
Yeah, that narrows it fucking down, doesn't it? That narrows it down about as well as saying it's on the Great Dividing Range.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's Eastern Europe. It's probably Russia.
Ah, glad to meet you.
The Urals are completely in Russia.
Oh, completely within. Well, then we can skip to Russia. Firstly, we have to check out the page for Saudi Arabia, and then we can go back to Russia. Oh, I'm. You know what? I'm glad they chose Jeddah, which is spelt differently in the map to which it is in the rest of the game. Guys, come on. They've got that thing as their flag. And then they've got video. The annual camel race. That's a lot of technology for a fucking camel race. Honestly, but at least they are celebrating their culture. There's not enough of that going around.
That is true.
So, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I looked it up, and the gate thingy is called the Bab Mecca? Or Bab Mecca?
Right.
I guess it's pointed towards Mecca.
That probably makes sense. Who knows? I will have to look that up when I'm editing this. For now though, Russia, because it's so damn big and has an entire mountain range inside it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it's the only one it could possibly be anyway. We're off to Russia. We've been to Russia too many times.
Yeah, although not as many as we've been to Zaire and Canada. Zaire. And Bolivia. And Argentina.
Yeah, I don't think we've been to Zaire that much, but we were very annoyed when we went there.
Once is enough.
Yep.
Are you looking for help?
Yes, very Russian.
According to reports, his presence is causing tremors in Tokyo.
Well, that was
he's
easy.
Going to go Godzilla wrestling.
Yep.
He had a very brainy look due to his eyewear.
So he's a guy with glasses, and he's off to Tokyo to go full kaiju on us.
Yeah.
Japan.
I like how that we've just gotten into this. Like, all right, well, I've already figured out where they're sending us again.
Yep. Some of the clues are a little too obvious, like he's in Tokyo, which we are not, by the way. We're in Nara again.
Hello.
Where's the suspect now?
He was carrying a book of Jose Marti poetry and humming Guantanamera.
I don't know any of those things, especially not poetry.
Yeah.
What is this witchcraft you refer to?
Gobbledygook?
That seems accurate. That's what most poetry is.
Yeah.
Guantanamera. Where's Guantanamo Bay?
Cuba?
We're not going back to fucking Cuba, are we?
I hope not.
Tanamera. Well, hopefully one of these things shows up in the index. Tell us about the
He
suspect.
looks like he's carrying the weight of the world, and it's not on his shoulders.
Oh, he's fat. You know, if it wasn't for the grey hair, I think it was me. All right. Oh, good lord. Let's see if I can manage to completely abominize Guantanamera. Nope, that's not in there. What?
How about
Jose Marti? Nope, just Marti. Oh, the search is using up our Acme points, or whatever the fuck they are.
Oh, what? That's stupid.
Grumble, grumble, grumble. How is Googling shit using up action points? Speaking of Googling shit, who the fuck is Jose Marti?
Oh.
He's apparently an airport.
In Cuba, right?
Yes. Jose Marti, Cuban poet and philosopher. If that's freaking whatever it was, Guantanamera is literally about Guantanamo Bay. Apparently, it's also a song by Celia Cruz. Okay, it's Guantanamera, the woman from Guantanamo. That's what it is. That's what it means. It means the woman from Guantanamo.
My brain just switched off after hearing that. It's like...
Yep. Which is a poem from the collection Simple Verses by the Cuban poet Jose Marti for the lyrics. It's an expression of love for Cuba and of solidarity with the poor people. Oh, it's comic crap. They go on, commies. Fucking gone.
Spraying for Martis.
The fact that I theoretically could have held off just on Guantanamo and actually been right is concerning.
Yeah.
Cuba. Let's go to Cuba.
El vuelo 916.
The land of Trudeau. What?
It might be time for America to return to its roots of putting embargoes on all communists.
Yes.
That was the cat, but we don't have the arrest thing, presumably because we didn't get enough information. We're so good at guessing the places, we don't have enough details. Oh, here we go. Next time we'll bring a step stool. There we go.
Ah.
He's short. So theoretically, he could have been here if we'd gotten that.
Yeah.
Where'd he go now?
He said if a mud hut was good enough to house a Hausa south of the Sahara, he would call it home, too.
Hausa, south of the Sahara. Well, that doesn't narrow it down too much off the top of my head.
So it's the majority of a continent.
A pretty large continent, in fact.
Yeah.
Do you need assistance?
Yes.
He said it's always wise to hide your loot on the Niger route.
Okay, so it's Niger.
Yeah.
Well, that's helpful, I guess. So we've got a warrant now, and we are going to Nigeria.
Oh, joy. Back again. We were there just the other session, I thought.
Were we? I'm struggling to remember all the places we've been to.
I'm remembering too many.
Lagos.
Ah.
Unfortunately, one mud hut village looks much like another mud hut village. That's going to get me in trouble. Hold on, why did...
What's on your mind?
Why did we get the cat?
That's a good question.
Previously.
I think it's been glitching pretty hard.
I think it is glitching. Where did the suspect go?
Word has it that he met a man named Paco watching birds in the Gran Chaco.
Well, the stereotypical assumption would be that that's Mexico.
Or
but it could
Colombia.
also be basically anywhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
Gran Chaco. Cool. Let's have a quick look at the Mexico thing and see if that shows up.
I don't think it would be.
No, it probably not. Let's ask someone else and see if they can narrow down which one of the 350 countries that speak Spanish it is.
He wore blue and white tennis shoes that resembled a South American country's flag.
Oh, there you go,
Panama?
Bleach. It's not Panama, is it? Could be. Blue and white.
Well, it's blue, white, and red.
Ah.
Argentina, that's blue and white.
Ooh, it could be. Let's check the flag. Yes.
Oh, yep. Gran Chaco.
Did you see that on the map?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, there it is. So it's Argentina. And Argentina's making me cry. We spent too much time in Argentina.
Don't cry for me, Beziktina.
Apparently their population is 33.9 million as of whenever the hell this was in the 90s. Intriguing. Okay, so off to Argentina.
Yep.
For in search of a fat man.
I prefer not to go searching for fat men. I always find one in the mirror.
Bienvenido, viajero. Argentina te da la bienvenida.
Yeah, Spanish-speaking country in South America. That narrowed it down. The cat's back. And this time it has the whole stop thief thing. So, well, short, fat dude, grey hair, glasses. Oh, look, there he is.
Welcome. May I help you?
I'm pretty sure that'll be him, but I don't think there'll be anyone else fat around here. That's him with a different hair color.
He's a master of hair dye.
Yeah.
Welcome. May I help you?
Yes, you can get in the pot or whatever we're doing to him. Nope, it's Grandma on the telephone.
Again.
Oh, for fuck's sake, halitosis.
Save your breath. You may have caught me, but I'll never tell you where Carmen is.
The news has never been nicer, and it's all thanks to you. You halted halitosis, and soon he'll dwell in a smelly cell. You solved that case by doing what inspectors do, inspecting. In fact, you're so good at inspecting that from now on, you're not just an inspector. You're a senior inspector.
Woo, promotion.
Congratulations. Now, would you
I mean, it
like
could
to
be worse.
inspect another late-breaking case?
We would like to take another case, but that'll be on the next episode of this extremely pedantic look at where known as Carmen Sandiego.
Also known as Screw You and Your Flag, Zaire.
And take your entire country and pop off into the ocean in Argentina. Welcome to Angry at Flags with Dr. Bezic and Dr. Bleach.
Hey, just as long as my malpractice suit goes through, I'm fine.
Don't worry, there's insurance for that. On that note, everyone, thank you for watching if you made it through this far, and we'll see you next week for yet another episode of Angry at Flags.
See you later.
Hi, everyone.
Stupid Zaire.
Oh, dear.